My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about how to make lasting change in the new year. That's right. It's that time of year, right? We're setting our goals, we're setting our New Year's resolutions, the things that we want to achieve in 2023. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 very simple and effective tools that you can use to make sure you achieve everything that you want to achieve next year. Because here's the thing, I totally get it. Like we set our resolutions, and then 3 to 4 weeks into the year, we're completely falling off the wagon already. Right? Like how many times have you done that? I know I have. And it's through no lack of effort. It's through no fault of our own. It's just how our brains are wired. Right? So that's where I want to start the conversation, in that I want you to know that your brain is automatically working against you if you're trying to make change. And that's why typically it's difficult to do New Year's resolutions. There's an ancient part of our minds sorry. I have a hard time with tense lately. There is an ancient part of our brain that is responsible for ensuring our survival, right? That's its primary directive. And to do that, because of that, it's very resistant to change, right? Because, if we step too far into the unknown, that increases risk, that increases danger, potential for being hurt, potential for being killed, right? And again, this is ancient wiring. This is old instincts that's still there. However, these ancient patterns now are translated in modern culture and modern society as things like lack of self-worth, lack of self-confidence, fear of failure, right? Fear of success even. Like all these stories that we tell ourselves are coming from the ancient part of our brains that want to keep us from making any changes, that want to keep us from stepping too far into the unknown, because to that part of the brain, things that are unknown are scary and therefore could potentially mean death, right? Obviously, that's not the case, or rarely the case, right? Especially when we're talking about online marketing, right? Yes, for a lot of you who are stepping into the online marketing world, creating and publishing content is very foreign. For example, we are a group of us in our Facebook community, Path of the Network Marketer on Facebook. We are going to be starting on January 1st, we're going to be doing a live video every day on our Facebook accounts for 45 days, right? Like how crazy is that? Like I've never done this before. It's something that I wanted to try because I want to see what happens. However, there's definitely a side of me, because I've never done this before. There's a part of my brain that's telling me, man, this is not going to work. This is a bad idea. And in fact, I've been putting it off for weeks now. I've been thinking about doing this for weeks. And I understand that. Yeah, that's just that ancient part of my brain that doesn't want me to step too far into the unknown, because to that part of my brain, that means danger, right? Yeah, of course, it's, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die. And I know that. And so that's why I've committed to really starting on January 1st. So if you want to join us to do that, come join us on Path of the Network Marketer on Facebook, our community, and then join us on our 45 Live challenge by going live every day on Facebook, right? So understand that's the mechanism of what's going on in your brain, in our minds. It's convincing us to not do the things that we want to do, to not make the changes that we want to make, because to that very, very ancient part of our minds, change could mean potential death. Now, how do we counteract that? Well, we just got to input new programming. So here's the 3 steps that I was talking about. Once you've set your goals, right? Once you've set your New Year's resolution, the first step is to figure out what activities you need to do in order to get that goals, right? What activities will actually get you to that outcome, and set those activities. What you want to do is make sure you do those things every day for at least 45 days, because 45 days is around the time when an activity becomes actual habit. Right? So it'll be easier to do after 45 days. But until then, it's not going to be set in a habit yet. And so you're going to always be fighting against that ancient part of your brain that's telling you, this is stupid, don't do it, it's dangerous, right? So you got to get through those 45 days. So again, once you've set your goal, figure out what activities are going to get you there and do those activities every day for at least 45 days. The next tip is remind yourself every day why this is important to you, right? Why is this goal important to you? Why does it matter to you to achieve these things, right? Because, again, there's that part of your unconscious brain that you don't even know is working, that's telling you, stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this. So you have to use your conscious mind to tell yourself, you keep doing it because it's important to you, it matters to you. So whatever change you're trying to make in the new year, whatever goal you set for yourself, you have to really know why it's important to you, right? Why it matters to you to achieve those things. And you have to remind yourself of that every day, because every day your ancient brain is going to tell you, stop doing this, this is stupid, and it's going to be giving you all those things, all those reasons not to do the things, right? So you have to counteract that with all the reasons why you should do it. All right, so that's the second thing. Remind yourself why it's important to you. And then the last thing is just commit. All right, commit. And here's the thing about commitment. And so let's go back to the New Year's resolution example. New Year's resolutions generally don't work because people make the decision once, and that's on January 1st, right? But that's not a commitment, right? That's not a commitment. That's a decision. That's a one-time decision, which is good. It's better than nothing. But a commitment is really making the decision over and over again, right? Because again, we're fighting against our ancient minds that's telling us not to. So we have to commit every day. Okay, I'm going to make sure I do this thing, whatever it happens to be. I want to make sure I achieve this activity so that I get closer and closer to my goal, right? So you have to commit, not just once, not just on January 1st, but you have to commit every day, sometimes multiple times a day, right? Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, you got to commit and remind yourself, okay, make that decision every day, moment to moment, that you're going to do what it takes to make it happen, right? That's what a commitment is, right? A commitment isn't just a one-time thing. It's a repeated decision over time until you achieve the thing that you want to achieve. The commitment is a decision every day to see that thing through. Now, here's another extra bonus tip. When it comes to committing, set the intention every day, and what will even be better is set the intention the night before. Right? If you have an activity that you want to make sure you achieve for a particular day, set the intention the night before. Tell yourself, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to get my workout in. I'm going to drink my full 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. Whatever the goal and the activity happens to be. If you set it the night before, if you set that intention the night before, you're actually going to be more apt to seeing it through the next day. Right? And of course, if you want to set that intention and make that commitment again the next day, I encourage you to do that as well. Even more effective. But yeah, as long as you're making the commitment on the regular, right? Because again, every day, your unconscious mind, that ancient part of your brain is going to be telling you, stop doing this. You can't do this. This is stupid. This is not working. You're wasting your time. So you got to counter that with the conscious part of your brain by number one, repeating that activity every day for at least 45 days, reminding yourself every day why it matters to you and why it's important to you, and then making that commitment every day. Those are the three very simple things. And of course, the bonus is setting the intention the night before to see those things through. Right? That's it. Very, very simple, but you have to really commit to those things. And 45 days, again, if you get to 45 days, it's going to get actually easier, because that's when things start to set in as a habit. And then you've created new habits. Habits are actually what create the outcomes and results. So that's my tip for making lasting change in 2023. Of course, more to come from me tomorrow, right? January 1st is tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you next year.